Okay, I'm here with head coach Jerry Arvin. 2012 track and field season is about to begin this Saturday at Fresno Pacific. Coach, I know you have a lot of new players on both sides. Can you give me a preview of both your teams, starting with the women?
Sure, be happy to. Should be a exciting season, I believe, because I'm not quite sure what we're looking to. In the past couple of years, we've lost a lot of really good athletes, a lot of tough seniors graduated 2 years ago, and then last year we lost a couple of our best ever female track athletes, with Tori Anderson with 8 All-American awards and Sarah Lane with 7, and so replacing those will be impossible. We're hopeful that we'll be able to find some other young ladies that will step in and begin to do what they can do, and we're also seeing some growth out of the people that have been here. So yeah, I think it's going to be exciting, but as far as having a good handle on what we're going to do, that's kind of what we're looking to get a look at with our intramural inter-squad meet we had last week, and then this meet up Fresno, just kind of begin to see who and who can do what and where we are. So really looking forward to that. But I think it's going to be an interesting year. Always is, but this will be a little more of a challenge to try to put together an as impactful team as we have in the past, just because we don't have the returning numbers that we've had. So we'll see. We've got Dominique Picker coming back, who's was an All-American on the 4x4 last year and PR'd big time in the 400 for herself as a junior. I think she'll be outstanding. We got Jess Mercado coming back after missing 5 or 6 years, coming back working on a master's degree, and I think she's going to be a player for us. Cassie Ham's back healthy this year, going to make an impact for us. We hope Lindsay Honey's going to be healthy, and then will help us out in the multis and multiple other places. And I think our distance crew right now is much healthier. Breland Matranga's well. I think that Gina Urbachi's healthy right now. Ashley Zabel is getting back. Lainey Bird's healthy. We're getting Bailey Massenberg back. Angie Affman's a senior. We expect a lot out of her. Our pole vaulters, if we can get Taylor all day healthy. And Helen's back healthy now. And Agnes in our throws. We've got possibilities. And then we've added several new people in Chloe and De Jong and Lugman. I think are going to be some girls that will end up helping us as we go. So the women, I think we're going to be okay, but I really don't know this year. Last year I was, in the last 2 or 3 or 4 years actually, with the women's teams, it's been, yeah, we're good, we're gonna do it, you know. And we got Van Way, who I think much better, led off our school record holding 4x1 team at nationals last year, and really run a couple of great races there as a leadoff leg, and I think she's going to come into her own as a sprinter this year. And Kelsey Starr, who's a junior, she's been injured, so we got to get her back, but she's been on an All-American on the 4x1, and she's a member of the school record team last year. So there are definitely some puzzle parts that are there.
One thing that's kind of affected your cross-country team this last fall and seems to be more and more prevalent is injuries. What's going on with that, and how can you, as a coach, try to help them avoid those injuries and try to peak at the right time?
Yeah, injuries are, if I had the answer to injuries and how to prevent them, that'd be the one thing I would make sure I did. But you're right, it devastated our cross-country team this year, having our 2 through 5 runners all hurt. And having our number 1 runner running like number 1 but still hurt and not running like she could. It's one of those things where do less, okay, stay healthy, maybe, but a lot of the injuries have been from body change, growth, having an injury that doesn't heal, stress fracture in the shin or whatever. They've been all odd in terms of it's not a one consistent thing where you can look at it and say, oh, they all got shin splints. Oh, they all got stress fractures in their foot. They all got, it just was a rash of injuries that hit us, and I don't know. We try to cross train as much as we can. The girls have been learning. I think that's one of the reasons why we're getting a little healthier this year, is that, you know, between them and me, we're learning how to handle what they can do and what they can't do. And several of them in the past have been, the last couple, 3 years, they just want to run, and it's hard to get them to take a break. And then when they start to break down, they actually do break down. It's hard to get them back. So yes, it's frustrating for them, but it's also very frustrating for me and the trainers trying to keep them healthy.
And for the men, it's about what, half the size of the squad of the women. I think you got 40 some women and 20.
We got 40 men, 40 women, and we got 27 men right now. It appears we're going to redshirt Will McNeil, who was All-American in cross country. Just from what we were talking about, he's going to have surgery Friday. We got some IT band knee issues that we hope are correct, and don't expect him back this year, so redshirt him. He'll come back for next year, the final season, with some of the other guys that are coming back, and we'll see. But in line with what we've had the last 4 or 5 years, 27 still kind of a number that we've been around that. We were down to 22 men 3 or 4 years ago, I think. So yeah, it's not as easy as with the women's team in numbers. And we got to rely on some really outstanding guys. We're very fortunate to have both Sean Lewis and Eddie Morrow back, who were school record holder and almost school record holder in the 4x400 hurdles, where they were 4th and 5th at nationals last year, and both All-Americans as sophomores. They also ran on the school record 4x4 team, and we have 3 of those legs back, replacing the 4th leg Corey Botman. It's not going to be easy, but we do have some other 400 runners that might be able to get the job done, and so we do have some anticipation there. We're going to have a little more speed than we've had. We miss our pole vaulters. We didn't get them. We missed one of our high jumpers, but we still have 3 high jumpers. We got 3 really, I think, pretty good decathletes. So we're going to have some work there, and we're going to need some work in the throws. But I think most of the field events, aside from the pole vault, where we have to use our multi-eventers, but we're going to be pretty solid. We're just not going to have a lot of depth, but I think we're going to end up with some pretty good distance guys that'll carry their weight, and with our sprints and the hurdle races, I think we're going to be decent. So yeah, I think the men, you know, it's been a really good last 2 years, with the conference championship 2 years ago, and then the way the men performed last year, and all the guys that qualified to nationals with the 2 high jumpers, the 2 400 hurdlers, the 2 pole vaulters, the 4x4 team. You know, it's quite an exciting group, and it's hard to keep doing that year after year, especially if you're not going to have a program that's going to last that long. But the guys have done a great job, and I think they're going to be very competitive again this year. And we did pick up about 5 or 6 new guys, and so I think we're going to count on them to get in there and do some of the leg work that we need, so it's good.
And then the last question, what do you expect from your team on Saturday at Fresno?
Well, for us, Fresno's it's a track meet, yes, but it's more of a let's get everybody acquainted. Let's find out what we can do with some of the young people. We're not going to rush our injured people. We're going to leave 10 to 15 kids here who don't want to miss class, and I don't blame them, and I don't want to take them out on a Friday if they don't want to miss. And so we hope to perform well and be a good representative of Point Loma and the track program. They're going to be tough. They've gotten better each and every year, and they're going to continue to do that. So our expectations are we're going to learn a lot about our team, and we're going to come together and start putting the pieces together so that we're ready to race at the very best we can come the last weekend of April to Azusa at the conference meet, and get as many of these young people qualified to go back to Marion, Indiana as we can. I think it's going to be a good trip up, good trip back, and it's going to be good to get the season started, because right now it's a guessing game. After Saturday, no longer guessing. I can start placing people, yeah, you can do this, no, you can't do that, and start putting people where we need them and what they can do well.
All right, well, once again, thanks for talking to us, and good luck this season.
Thanks, George. We appreciate it.